right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the game of the season so far here for your North Pittsburgh Wildcats as they take on the number 1 ranked SHAHA Panthers. Panthers and North Pitt played 2 times, I believe, this season. Can't actually say that. Can't get my phone onto Wi-Fi and not playing around with the computer, but I believe they were 1-1 with a 2-0 loss, and I don't remember what the score of the win was, but 2 teams have played very evenly this season, and it should be a fantastic game. And join us here momentarily for puck drop. All right, so we're going to have the starting line of Puro, Chismeyer, Shields, Palumbo, and Gannon. And 2 young officials here. Looked like they might both be 20 years old combined. So we'll see how this one goes. Always interesting. Puck up the wall to Shields. She knocks it in. Puro pushes. And it's going to come in on the left side. Nice defensive stick there by the SHAHA defense woman. And Puro with the back check, and in comes the defense person for the Panthers. Drives wide, pulls up, Puro over, bumps one, still goes all the way around the net. And Gannon chases. Now Chismart on. And taken by SHAHA. Nice pass in the middle there by SHAHA. Overshot, save made. Kaler with the beautiful right leg save. And in behind goes Palumbo. She chips it up to Shields. And Shields chips it once, not able to get it out. And Puro over, not able to get it out. Now Shields again. Beautiful work there by the defenseman of the Panthers. They look, and dump that one down. Back into Palumbo. She goes wide to Chismar. And thrown back up to center red. And now taken on by Wellington. She's going to dump it in. And taken by SHAHA. Wellington on her horse. Back checks beautifully. Pushes the captain, I believe, of SHAHA wide. Centering pass taken away nicely by Buckwalter. And centering in front. Shot, save, rebound, knocked aside. Oh, she gets dumped in front was Buckwalter. Play continues on. And it goes behind the net. Centering pass knocked aside. SHAHA all over North Pitt early. Outletted just missed the stick of FA by Emmy Watts. And now Wellington does battle. It goes to FA. She pushes. Stepped up on and knocked back out beautifully by the fence woman. And down goes the puck. Goes to Boy. Offsides are the Panthers. So through 2 shifts here, it's been all SHAHA. All right, so we're going to have Palumbo and Boy with Butcher, Bowen, and Wright. Won by SHAHA. Dumped down the wall and into the zone. Knocked out to center by Boy. And taken. Nice play there by Butcher to hassle the defensewoman. And it goes off the stick of Palumbo. She'll regroup. And goes behind the net. Chipped up the wall. It's going to go to Boy. Boy goes up the ice to the point. And back down it goes. So SHAHA very good. We saw this last time at locking the wing. That goes to Bowen. She goes to the point, and it's held in by the defensewoman. In behind the net again, it goes to Palumbo. And it chips it over to Boy. And she looks, goes up the middle to Wright. And Wright dumps it down, and Butcher's going to go. She has a head of steam. Can she get there? They tie each other up, still do battle. Now Wright overthrown to the point to Palumbo. She looks, shot. That's taken away. Oh, almost rebound. Bowen shot once now. In front again. She looks, goes to Butcher off a skate. That one goes just wide. And back come SHAHA. They throw it back to center red to the Wildcats. And 3 on the puck. It goes in the skate of Bowen. She gets knocked out. Now Wright continues to push. And in on the forecheck. Now they're going to change sides. They do come out the right side, and the defense woman's going to push again. A lot of single-person breakouts here by SHAHA. Seem to have a lot of speed on their D. And SHAHA looks, stepped up on nicely by Gannon. Now Gannon's going to push. She's going to come in 1-on-3, dumps it in, knocked aside by the goaltender of the Panthers. And Chismeyer on there. She takes the puck away, kicks it up, goes to the point to Gannon. Gannon looks and tries to go down low, blocked by the winger, and go back to center ice, regroup. Chismar has it, skates up, looks, and she'll throw one on the net. That gets kicked aside by the goaltender of the Panthers. And now Shields on the puck. She does battle, and Puro over. Shields dumps it low, taken by SHAHA's D, and they're going to skate it. Recurring theme here. There's a nice hand-eye coordination by Chismar, and now she does battle. Overcomes AA, and goes to Puro. Look out. Gannon back. They have one wide. Beats Gannon, does, and now AA back. She knocks the puck away. Young officials say no harm, no foul, and let play continue on. Back to center red, and SHAHA regroups. Taken by Shields. She chips it once. She has a step. Just can't get there. Hits it again, though. Beautiful play by Peyton Shields. That one's up into the bench of the Panthers. We'll get a whistle now with 7:21 to go, first period. And taken by SHAHA. Stepped up on by Palumbo nicely, and they come in. Look out. Drive wide to SHAHA. Beautiful stick by Palumbo. Taken by Wellington. She looks 2-on-2. Wellington and Palumbo. Wellington and FA. That's onside. Goes wide to Watts. And she tries to go taken away nicely by SHAHA. Very tight on this, tough on the stick. And we're going to have a face-off to the right of the SHAHA goaltender with 6:54 to go. And in come the Panthers. That one's kicked aside by Kaler. And puck in behind the net. Centered, taken away nicely by Buckwalter. Centered again, knocked by the goaltender. Backhand save, rebound, score. After 1, 2, 3 whacks at it, they're finally able to bury the puck. All right, so we're going to have Wright, Bowen, Butcher with AA and Boy. And Wright chips the puck in. Two go to get it, still aren't able to, and back comes the defensewoman of SHAHA. And she just ring circles and throws it up the wall. And chipped up once, now gathered on by AA. And she's going to regroup, goes behind the net. And chips it up the wall. And Bowen chips it back to her, now does battle. And Bowen continues to battle. Nice play to get it to the point, but nobody there. And shot, that goes wide of everything. And in behind the net. Taken by the winger, chipped in front. And hits center ice, go wide. And hits center ice, go wide. Stepped up on by Gannon, knocked away by Boy. And rimmed around to Bowen. And she throws the puck up to Wright. Wright chips it. And chips it down and again. And it's going to go in behind the net. Butcher's going to apply pressure. They rim it around. Too many bodies for SHAHA. Not called. And we continue on. And thrown back to center ice by Palumbo to Puro. And Puro pushes, pinched on the wall, continues forward. And taken by SHAHA. Thrown back to center red. And chipped up the wall. Taken by SHAHA. They drive wide. Noah pressure applied, continues to drive down the wall. Now Puro comes over and Gannon. And they do battle. Puro has the puck, goes to center ice. Does not go to center ice. Puck knocked away. Now it goes to Palumbo. And on comes Chismeyer. She's just beaten by the defensewoman. Back to center red. And dumped in again. And now back to center red, and in come SHAHA. Shot knocked aside and held by Kaler. Nope, wrong way, sorry. Put the shots up on the wrong side there, my bad. So we've got Wellington, FA, and Watt. Wellington's going to drive. Stepped up on nicely by the defenseman. Team that you're going to have to dump and chase against and get there hard because their defensemen are very fast, very efficient, and very good with the puck. So no ice, call tip taken by AA. She's going to regroup behind the net. And Buckwalter's the other defense woman out here. And FA goes through one, now through two. 4-on-2. AA is flying. Has FA in the middle. She looks, continues on. And in the corner. Goes to FA. Now FA changes direction, backhand shot, rebound. That one's taken by SHAHA, thrown all the way down to the ice, and we'll have a face-off to the right of the SHAHA goaltender with 2:50. Wait a minute, that waved off? Wow. No clue why that was waved off. Anyway, so play continues on, and centering pass up to the middle, taken by SHAHA. Thrown all the way down and in. AA goes wide to Watts, just misses her, and taken by SHAHA. They chip it back to center red, and look out, line change. Boy over centering pass now. Palumbo there, knocked away again by Palumbo. It goes to Boy. And she chips it up to FA. FA looks, has a chance. Drives, centering pass, nice skate play there. Thought she had Wellington. Get it on net. Wellington was open in front, now it collapses. Rebound, that goes wide. And it goes to FA. She chips it to Wellington, and they come again now. Wellington drives, looks, shot. That rebound, that shot goes into the corner, and it goes to Watts. She's swarmed by two SHAHA players. Chipped in nicely and held by Boy. It goes to Watts. Tried to get it to Wellington, taken away, and icing, maybe. All right, so this time we get the icing call with 1:33 to go. First period. So we've got Wright, Butcher, Bowen with Gannon and AA. 1:33 to go. Board here, they have shots at 3 apiece. I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit too generous with my shots. I'm not sure, but in front, shot. Bowen almost redirects that. Gannon with the original shot. Now, the defensewoman for SHAHA tries to go through everyone, stopped by Wright. And AA chips it up the wall, and does she have the speed? We've got Wright and Butcher pushing. And now Bowen goes around. They rim it around her, and all the way to the point it goes. Bowen there to apply some pressure. Not able to hold it in, though. Now it goes to Bowen. She looks, continues to skate. She puts that one to the net smartly because she didn't have anybody following with her, but now SHAHA takes it, and back they come. Butcher over, applies pressure. And thrown cross ice. Gathered on by Gannon. And she tries to get it out. Played nicely there by SHAHA, though, and it goes to Wright. 36 seconds remaining in the period, first period. Wright has it. She throws it up to Butcher onside. Not able to get through, though, the defensewoman. And over comes Wright. She gets a stick on the puck, but SHAHA continues forward. FA stuck flat-footed because of the way the player came in beautifully and knocked to the side by Kaler. Now to the point, shot blocked by Wright, and Pierrot over, not able to get the puck out. It goes to AA. She rips it back to center red, and tries to get it in, does SHAHA. They don't, but now comes the blue line. Stepped up on nicely by Buckwalter, drives the player wide, and that'll do it for first period action. Join us back here momentarily for the second period. All right, welcome back to second period action. We've got Puro, Shields, and Chismar with Palumbo and Buckwalter. And Puro wins that one forward. She continues to battle, pushes, nice fight, dumps the puck to the left of the SHAHA goaltender, and Shields over to apply pressure. Puck goes to the point of Palumbo, held in nicely, goes back down to Shields. She centers, Puro with the shot, that hits us, or Chismar, excuse me, that hits a skate, and back come SHAHA. Drive wide on Buckwalter, Puro comes back, shot, save, beautiful save there by Kaler, and look out. Puro's going to wind it up. And stepped up on a knockdown with a body check. Wow. And onside. And taken by Chismar. And she does battle, continues to go. And Puro steps up and holds it. That was not out. Yikes. They're strong, and then there's a penalty. All right, so we've got F.A. Wellington and Watts with an double A and Boy. And taken, just under the stick of Wellington. And dumped in, taken by double A. She goes up the wall and taken by SHAHA. It goes back to center red and goes back to double A. Chipped by double A. Now Boy over. Centering pass, shot actually, and taken by double A. She'll chip it up the wall. And F.A. Wellington, both are up there. Neither are able to get to the puck. And it goes far side. In front, centered, knocked away by double A up to the pot. Nice play by Watts, 2-on-1. She goes it over to F.A. F.A. goes back to Watts, and man, more physicality. And to the point it goes to double A, shot, just misses as Watts. And held in by double A. Now double A steps up again, and it's going to go back to center ice to Boy. 10 minutes remaining second period. And taken by Watts. Chipped ahead, just past the stick of F.A. and thrown back. Boy's going to have to hustle. And she does. And taken by SHAHA. Shot, rebound, clear to play by double A. Double A goes to Watts, which goes to F.A. just off of her stick. And dumped in, taken by Boy, and thrown back to center red. North Pitt seems to be feeling the pressure of the moment. A lot of just not calming down, a lot of just unforced errors with getting rid of the puck. Just need to calm down and play their game. I get it, it's a big game. We've played this team well all year. Just continue on. There we go. Wellington jumps at far corner. And Watts is going to apply pressure. Chipped up the half wall and back to center red. Palumbo takes it, chips it up the wall. And taken by SHAHA, and they come 3-on-3. Stepped up on nicely by Palumbo. Into the corner goes Gannon. And Gannon rims it around over to Bowen. She has the puck and chips it up, but not out. Now does get it out and continues on. Throws it up to F.A., just missing the stick. Now it goes over to Butcher wide side, though. Butcher cuts in. She gets tripped. No call again. Tough when you're the less physical team and they're not making calls. It's really a hindrance on your gameplay. So they rim it around, taken by SHAHA. It goes back to Gannon. She throws it to the point, and Bowen applies pressure. Shot blocked by Palumbo, taken by Wright, goes to Butcher. And Butcher's going to wind up. She's going to dump it in, and it's going to be an icing with 8:05 to go. Second period. All right. The toddler referees are trying to figure out what's going on here. I think they have it, and now we're ready to drop the puck. That one's dumped in. So we've got Puro, Chismar, Shields with Buckwalter and Adamski, or Adamowski, excuse me, double A. And Chismar drives wide. She comes over, takes a bump. Puck goes forward in the corner. And now Puro battles. And they're going to make that call. Wow. You don't call anything all game, and that's the call you make. Ay, ay, ay. So North Pitt going to be shorthanded on what I can only describe as the exact same play we've seen about 5 times the other way. They're calling it on the defenseman when we had the puck in the zone. I don't even know what that call was. It was, if anything, it was number 3 and not 5. They definitely got the number wrong. Or they didn't make the call for 40 seconds when we had possession in the zone, so. All right, so shorthanded for a minute with 1:28 to go. You've got Wright, Butcher, and Palumbo. Shot, rebound, score. So the referees with a huge error that gives SHAHA a huge advantage with the most physical defenseman we have to be able to play down low to help guard the net for Keeler. Isn't able to play because she was mistakenly put in the box. And they take all of 6 seconds to get the puck down low and be able to tap it in backdoor, unfortunately. Beautiful first save by Keeler. Girls were fighting hard in front, just came to the extra player in front. Red. And back comes Shaw. Knocked away by Gannon. Out and offsides. We'll get a whistle now with 6:51 to go. And it goes to F.A. And chipped ahead by Watts. Off the shin pads of Watts. And she does battle. F.A. in there. She gathers on and tries to center over to Wellington. Goes through everybody. Now Palumbo comes down. Chips it once. Chips it twice. Back to center. No, back to Gannon at the center. And in front, F.A. with the tip. Save. Rebound. Score! You gotta have faith to faith to faith. Baby. Woo! Faith Adamowski in front with 1-2 whacks at it and is able to bury it. Let's get things rolling, North Pitt. All right, in steps Wright. We got Wright, Butcher, Bowen. And it goes to Butcher, taken away from her. Now, double A throws it up wide. And it goes to SHAHA. SHAHA throws it back down. Now it goes just off the stick of Bowen. And they push. Bowen chips it. Not able to keep it in, though. And it goes to Boyd. She centers. Goes to Butcher. Butcher goes to Wright off of her stick. And back to double A. Double A's going to push. She beats 1, beats 2. Continues forward. And that shot gets blocked. Wright in. Rebound. Held by the SHAHA goaltender. We're not going to call that one, though, right? All right. So the shots are about 6-1 here as far as body shots, cross checks. And North Pitt's the one that's been shorthanded, so. All right, so we're going to have Puro, Shields, Chismar, double A, and Boy. 5:57 to go. That one's won cleanly, but too cleanly, all the way back to center red, where Boy will gather on. And she looks. Goes D to D, taken away, shot, save made by Keeler, who's been strong. And centering pass, knocked away once, twice, 3 times, now it goes to Boy, and over to Puro. Puro looks, she tries to drive wide, goes to center, now it goes to at double A. Chismar pushes. She has a chance. Can she get there? No. Nice turn. Continues on, though. Great work by Chismar. Centering pass off the skate of the defense woman. And taken by double A. She's going to dump it down, and Shields is going to chase. So was Chloe. Chismar. Chismar chips it over to Shields. Centering pass. Center rebound shot. It's held and covered by the goaltender of the Panthers. There is no quit in this team. These girls want to go. They want to fight. They don't want to give up. They're not going to go down that easy. 4:59 to go, and the tide has turned. So FA, Wellington, Watts, Palumbo, and Buckwalter. Buckwalter goes down to Wellington. Shot, that trickles in after getting blocked, but I like the idea. Get pucks to the net, generate offense. You see those shots now, back to dead even. Both here and on the scoreboard, they just have 3 less aside. So one nicely by FA. Now it goes over to Buckwalter. Her shot sizzles wide, and behind the net, Wellington applies pressure. And over comes FA. She takes the puck away, and now regathered on by the defensewoman for SHAHA. They love to push from the back end. That one high and wide, just a bit outside. And dumped back in. Palumbo's going to gather on. 4:29, 5 to go. Second period, outletted nicely to Watts. And she centers wide to Wellington, just past her stick. Right idea, just a little far. And that one's going to be far enough for icing? It is, with 4:11 to go. Second period. And we'll have Wright, Bowen, Butcher with double A and Gannon. And Wright steps in, and that one's won by SHAHA. They go up to the point, stepped up by double A. Now Wright has it. She throws it in front, just past the stick of Bowen, and in she goes on the pressure. Chipped past her, up the half wall, and kicked all the way to center. Rolled a tip, and going to be covered by Keeler. And face-off is going to be the right of Keeler. Wright steps in. And puck dropped. Bowen out to the point. She blocks it beautifully. And, oh, I thought Wright was going to get it and go down in 2-on-2, but now Wright throws it back to center red. And thrown in beautifully to double A, now off a skate. And thrown up the wall. Bowen does battle, chips it past, and Butcher there. She's not able to get it. Now in front, double A knocks it to the point, and she's going to push. She does toe drag there. Now Wright comes out. Beautiful moves by the defensewoman of SHAHA. And taken by Gannon. She throws it up the wall, goes, cuts off, and Bowen throws it up, but not out. They got to get the clears. The defense women hold hard, and covered by Keeler smartly to gather a whistle with 3:05 to go. All right, so we'll have Puro, Shields, Chismar with Palumbo and Boy taken by Chismar. She goes up once, now twice, and continues forward. She is a one-woman wrecking crew. Chloe Chismar is just feeling it this game. And it goes back to center red, though, taken away by SHAHA. And back they come. Cut across, Palumbo with an active stick, knocks the pucks in the corner. Chismar with a pressure shot, knocked away by Palumbo. And Chismar has it. And she looks, she's going to continue to, she goes over to Puro. Puro's got a shot, just knocked off from behind. What a beautiful play by the back checker to get a stick on that puck. And Palumbo has it, she's going to shoot. Shot, save, no rebound. And Chismar right there on the goaltender to stir the pot. right, Puro steps in. She wins it beautifully to Buckwalter. Buckwalter goes over to Double A. Double A nicely moves there. Her shot held, no rebound. And Chismar in front, willing to go to town. They're getting slashed twice, gives one back. And we're going to have FA, Wellington, Watts. We'll have Double A and Buckwalter as your D pair. 2:17 to go. First period. That one's won cleanly to Double A. Shot. That just goes wide. Watts is the first one on the puck at the half wall. She looks, goes over to Double A. Double A is a look. Look out. Here we go. Shot. That one just off the net and blocker to side. And Wellington just getting gritty. These girls want this game. They are fighting as hard as I've ever seen. Beautiful play there by Double A. Chipped it behind though. Now look out. Buckwalter back. Shot. Save. Beautiful save by Keeler. I've never seen that. It jumped off her blocker over the net and on top of it. Thrown up to Watts. Watts has it. She chips it off the wall. Continues on. And we come. Go, go, go. And she goes and not able to hold on. Beautiful defensive play. SHAHA is just more physical than us. They're playing well in that sense. Like they're very, very physical. Sorry, the other way. There we go. And thrown up the wall by everybody. You can't call a tip when it's shoulder high. Like ridiculous. No icing. Gannon goes back with 1:10 to go. And Gannon's going to push. And back she comes. She cuts to the middle. Tries to cut back outside. Not able to get there. FA applies pressure. She chips it in. And thrown back to center red. Look out. 3-on-2. And kicked in deep. And Palumbo will do battle. She rims it around. And Wellington there now goes to FA. And taken by SHAHA. They dump it in. 35 seconds remaining, second period. And up the wall it goes to Watts. She pinches it and pulls it around nicely. Has Avery. Wellington, she hits her, and Wellington cuts the middle. Chips it on, gets interfered with, but keeps going. Shot! No rebound, held! With 18 seconds to go. Don't know if you've seen the shots, but they went from just a little bit for North Pitt to now well over. This has been a back and forth game. Exactly what we expected it to be. Wright, Butcher, Bowen, Double A, and Boy. That one's won by SHAHA into the corner. And they're going to change direction. Now Bowen's going to come over and apply pressure. They throw it up the half wall and all the way back to center. Double A hits it once. Look out. 5 seconds remaining. Centering pass off a skate. It goes to Bowen. She chips it to Butcher. And Butcher's going to run out of time. Great second period. Let's join you back here for culmination of what has been a great game here between SHAHA and your North Pittsburgh Wildcats. Alrighty, sprawl the marbles. See what we can do. 12 minutes remaining in what could be the North Pittsburgh season for PAHL season. And we've got Wright, Bowen, and Butcher. And they chip it up the half wall nicely. Wright back checks, and in they come. Checked up on by Double A off the skate. Shot. Picked the shot aside nicely by Kaler, and up the wall, it goes out, offsides, and we'll get a whistle with 11:40 to go. Wright steps in. And one by SHAHA. They go D. And gain center red. Don't gain center red. Still dump it down, and it goes to AA. And she throws it up nicely to right. Now it goes to Butcher. And Butcher's going to go. Cuts all the way across. Continues forward. Gets cut off and dumps. And nobody goes in on the forecheck. Kind of all hanging back. Now throwing up the half wall. And goes all the way back to Boyd. And Boyd's going to push. Nope, she decides to dump it. Up the wall, goes back to Boyd, goes past Bowen, now all the way down to SHAHA. And she comes in, knocks puck free, and still keeps fighting. Now centering pass goes to Wright, knocked off of her stick, and watch out. Speed coming from SHAHA. And North Pitt going to get the second penalty of the game. I didn't see the trip. I saw a slash that came up high, hit the stick and rode up, and then she fell. I don't see the slash or the trip. I've also seen multiple North Pitt players get knocked down with the puck with no call, so I don't really understand what we're seeing, but all right, so we're going to have Puro, Palumbo, Gannon, and Wellington. Kind of a big game to turn around and... Yeah, anyway, so Puro has it. Can she get it up to Wellington? She can. And Wellington has it. And is quickly overtaken by SHAHA. They were back on their horse there. She had to go behind to grab the puck. And they all came with speed. That centering pass is knocked away. And Palumbo's going to be, or Puro's going to be hurt. I'm sorry. She takes her time to get up. And puck to the near side. Shot. And that almost got kicked in. Palumbo rims it around. Wellington out, applies pressure, taken by Puro, knocked off of her stick. And 20 seconds remaining in the penalty. And wow, that's a body check. Center flying. And puck to the point. And thrown wide. And just past the stick of Palumbo. Into the corner it goes. Palumbo applies pressure, centering pass, taken away by Puro. She rims it up and continues to fight. Look out. SHAHA in front. Now it goes over. Gannon's in a hustle fight. Can she get there? She can't. SHAHA keeps possession. Centering pass. That misses everyone. Can Shields get it out? And she does. Just throws it back to center ice to take the heat out of the hot kitchen. And that one's dumped in. It goes to Buckwalter. And Buckwalter goes through the skates of the defense woman and up to Wellington. She's not able to get it up to center. And Buckwalter throws it up the wall. And taken by Chismar. Oh, just tipped off of her stick. Unlucky play. She could have been in clean if she was able to take that one around the defenseman. And now Wellington down low. She does battle. And nice play there to hand pass it in the defensive zone. It goes to Chismar. Now it goes to Shields, not able to get it out. Blocked though. Chismar continues to fight now. AA steps up. Excuse me, up to the point we need it. Okay, Wellington's able to get off. She was on some penalty kill. He's finally able to get off. And now in behind the net. AA comes out. Oh no, shot scored. Play from behind the net by the forward of SHAHA to fake one direction, come back and throw the puck back door to the other player who had everyone faked out. And taps the puck in for the 3-1 lead. In comes SHAHA. Drives wide, centering pass. In front, taken away now by Chismar. And Chismar chips it up to FA. She chips it, but not by. Now Chismar goes. And she's going to drive wide. Continues on, pushes. In comes Chismar. Goes wide. She gets bodied. Knocked down behind the net. And now she gets hit again, knocked down. This is not a checking league, but I don't think these boys are old enough to know and understand that. But you can't just check. And FA has it. And thrown back to center red. Goes over to Watts. Watts shot, rebound, FA there, not able to get to it. She steps on the puck and back up. Now Butcher over to apply pressure, thrown all the way back to center red. 7:20 remaining, third period. Taken by Butcher. She goes wide corner. And Watts is going to pressure. Thrown all the way back out. And centering pass knocked aside by Palumbo. No, Gannon, I'm sorry. And in behind the net. Now Palumbo's going to go to the other side. She does battle. And now Wright chips it up. And taken by Butcher. She's going to dump it. And chipped up the wall, knocked aside, and look out, past everybody, all the way to Gannon. Missed a couple times, now thrown up. Butcher gets it, continues on. She gets taken down. No, she continues forward, goes to Wright. Wright goes to Bowen, shot, that gets deflected wide. And it rims around, it goes to Wright. Wright's going to go, look. She tries to center. And thrown all the way back to center red by SHAHA. Offside, no, taken by SHAHA. I thought it was going to go all the way in the zone. It doesn't, though. And Wright hits it. Now taken by Butcher. Butcher comes in 1-on-3 and dumps it in. Now she's going to continue with that speed and apply pressure. And Bowen over. She stops the puck. And now Double A chips it once, twice, not able to keep it in. Knocked in, onside. Bowen takes the puck. She continues on. Shot. Hell no. Rebound. All right, so we've got Puro, Chismeyer, and Shields. 5:40 to go. And Puro with the back check. Continues on. Continues the back check. There's a shot. Blocker saved beautifully by Kaler. Might have actually been the knob, but regardless, it counts. That was a beautiful save. And centering pass. Knocked aside. Back up the middle. Shot. One goes wide. And SHAHA just content to just tick. Now they're not content. They're trying to get more. Shot. Save. Down low does battle is Chismeyer. And now Puro. That shot in behind the net, taken by Palumbo. And centering pass knocked aside. Chismeyer over. Now taken by Palumbo, and it goes up to Shields, past her stick though. And in front it goes to Buckwalter. Now Keeler is going to hold it and slow things down, which is exactly what we need. Get a full line change. All right, so in comes FA. And out to the point it goes, challenged. And they continue to hold it though. Nobody can get it. It's still piled up. And goes to FA. She cuts back nicely. And down she goes. And cut off nicely at the blue line. Back comes SHAHA. Stepped up on nicely. Wellington tips it now. Boy tips it now. Butcher takes it. And does not get it out. They are just so good. The defense women for SHAHA. Just can't get the puck by them. Boy gets tackled. Now Wellington in. And it goes to Butcher. She's going to wind it up. And she cuts back to the middle. And
cuts back to the outside and stepped up on nicely. Goes over offsides are the Wildcats with 3:45 to go. All right, so we're going to have the forward line of Wright, Chismar, and Palumbo. Or Puro with Palumbo and Gannon as your D pair. 3:45 to go. Offsides are the Wildcats. So we'll keep an eye to the left here, see what they might decide to do with Taylor. Needing 2 with 3:40 to go. And held in nicely by Gannon. And Gannon has it. Shot, kicked aside. Nobody there for the rebound, though. And thrown back to center red. Taken by Palumbo. And she chips it up. And now Puro follows on. Past her and offsides. No, not offsides. Can't really see where the puck's at from this angle. And taken by Gannon. And Gannon has it. And offsides are the Wildcats. So F.A. Butcher and Wellington. Oh, Butcher's losing her britches. So we're going to pick those. And we've got Gannon and double A. And stepped up again by SHAHA. Back down to double A. And Butcher in behind the net does some nice work there. Not able to come out with it though. Now Gannon challenges. Tick, 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 tick. So gotta get the puck. There we go. Butcher has it. There she goes. She's got a step. Throw to the middle. Throw to the middle. Oh, she tried to. It just got deflected. She gets knocked down. Still trying to regain her faculties. Now she does, and she's gonna push in. And it goes to F.A. Look out. We got a chance. Shot. Oh, it just fluttered off the stick. Wasn't able to get what she wanted on it. So 2:14 to go. We're going to make the call. Kind of like a timeout maybe to get your... Okay, so we're going to put another defense woman out. Okay. Interesting. So we have the net empty. Shot held by the goaltender of SHAHA. So I guess because it's the playoffs, we get a timeout. So coach is going to take it. We're going to see what we can do here. Come up with a play and try to get one quickly here. Something that we've struggled with this year is scoring. Get lots of opportunities, and these goaltenders are so good down low. You got to find a way to lift the puck on them. Being a smaller team, younger team, it's not always the thing we're greatest at. So. So here we go. We're going to have Puro, Watts, Wright, Palumbo, double A, Buckwalter, double A, shot. That gets blocked. Goes under the stick of Wright. Now she continues on. Puro just dumped. Absolutely dumped in front and no call. Now you're not going to make a call. She's hurt. She has to come off the ice. So we're losing a score. We don't get the penalty. Like, it's just all bad for us. now the puck's going to come outside the zone, too. Wow. Couldn't go any worse. Absolutely worst case scenario of horrible officiating there. Triple banged on with one horrible call. All right, Butcher, Wellington, FA, Buckwalter, Double A, and Colombo. 2:02 to go. And Butcher there, you make that call. Are you kidding me? Wow. The 10-year-old again with, like, if you're going to let it go, let it go. But they just let the body checks, the hitting, the cross-checking go all game. Yikes. All right, well, 149, that'll about put what we can do. Back, not only are we not one man up with the empty net, we're now one short with the goaltender in. So FA pushes, not able to get there though. Beautiful effort though. Goes to Palumbo, chipped up to FA, but the active defensewoman for SHAHA again. Step up, toe drag, get by one, shot. That goes wide. 1:30 remaining. And Palumbo does battle. And can we get a whistle? No, just gonna keep letting it go. So FA has it, cuts to the middle, and she continues on. She's gonna drive, goes over, tries to go to Double A, and that's knocked away. 1:04 to go. Chipped up to Wellington, and she has it. Continues on, tries the center. And going up the center of the ice, Double A with the stick, and thrown to the point. Penalty over. Goes to Colombo. Now tries to go to FA. And 34.5 to go. FA, Wellington, Butcher, Gannon, and Buckwalter. Offsides again with Clock. Clock with 22-20. And how much time are we going to have to put back on? 5 seconds, he says. It's about right. Good call by the young official there, actually. It's the first thing I think I've agreed with the entirety of the day. So Piro pushes, and the clock starts. And good Lord, someone's having an absolute aneurysm for the SHAHA parents there. Centering pass, and that's cleared away, and back they come. Stepped up on, and Gannon's in a foot race. 4-3, chipped away, that'll do it. Well, disappointing end to a fantastic regular season by the Wildcats. I didn't see what happened, but both of the coaches ran out full force to check on, I believe, Gannon. And they're calling for a medic. So I didn't know what happened. I saw Piro come over after the game and cross-check somebody down. I completely missed what happened, though, and obviously she was defending her player who was down in the corner in a heap with no time left that was left on the clock when something happened. I don't know what happened, so. season this has been for a team that's very, very young. Great future in store next year, so we all look forward to that. And we still have a tournament again this year, so I should be broadcasting for that as well to bring it back and have one last coverage of this team. But for now, we're all hopeful that the Cannon's okay. All right, Cannon's up from the laying position now, taking the helmet off.
So it looks like Coach Wellington just gave the thumbs up, I believe, probably to Amy's mom and dad. Let them know that she is doing all right. All right, they're going to lift her up now. All right. All right, here we go. So thanks again for everybody for joining us. And it's been a lot of fun so far. And got one more tournament left, so let's go enjoy that and have a great end to our season.